Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about Fortnite on next generation getting 120 frames per second. Now, there's a lot of evidence showing that we might be getting 120 frames per second in 2021. We're going to go over all of that in this video. But before we get into all that, if I can ask you guys for a huge favor, if you find this video interesting or helpful in any way, please use my supported creator code in the item shop. It's RLG, #ad. And oh yeah, I'm going to give you guys a special challenge, so if you want to see what that challenge is, stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll explain. Alright guys, so for everyone who doesn't know, I posted a video a couple weeks ago called The Reason Fortnite Isn't 120 Frames Per Second on PS5. Now that video got a lot of good feedback and negative feedback. A lot of the negative feedback was saying that I was wrong about what I was saying. Now some of the stuff I was saying in that video was that PS5 isn't ever going to be 120 frames per second because I think it's unfair to PS4 users and obviously the last generation. Now a lot of people in the comments bring up a lot of good points. They said console people are facing PC people. They also said that there's mobile devices and tablets that have 120 frames per second with 120 hertz screens. Now, with that being said, I do want to say one thing. Not every phone or tablet can run 120 frames per second, obviously. And when it does come to console versus PC, you can disable that. I'm not saying you should because you're not going to get into games, but the fact of the matter is you could disable that if you wanted to. Now, when it comes to competitive, you're going to have to face PC whether you like it or not, but not in all tournaments. For everyone who doesn't know, obviously, in FNCS, console's not facing PC. Also, there was a lot of negative comments saying things like, Xbox can run 120 frames per second, why can't PlayStation? And that's obviously not true. Xbox is 60 frames per second on Fortnite. You know, a little research and you guys would have seen that, but whatever. And also, people were saying that PS5 can't run 120 frames per second at all. It can run 120 frames per second. I was playing Cold War Zombies at 120 frames per second with no issues. A lot of other people were also saying that PS5 doesn't have ray tracing. It does. It has ray tracing. On Call of Duty, you can actually turn it on or off, which is something we need on Fortnite. We want to turn shadows, ray tracing, all of that off on Fortnite. We should have the ability to, just like you can on COD. Now, with all of that being said, there was obviously a lot of positive comments in that video too. Some of those positive comments pointed out the fact that we might be getting 120 frames per second next year when they implement the new engine. So I did some research on that. And it turns out what people were saying in the comment section was absolutely true. So the official Xbox Wire blog interviewed the leading console programmer at Epic Games. Now this guy's the leader of all the programming when it comes to console, so he knows what he's talking about. Now he or she said, there's definitely more we want to do when it comes to the Xbox Series X hardware, both in terms of graphics and latency reduction. We may also consider supporting a 120 FPS mode in the future versions. Now this all got brought up when they were talking about the new Unreal Engine that's going to drop in 2021. Now basically what he's saying here is that when the engine drops, they want to work on a way to get 120 FPS mode on the Xbox. Now I think this is where a lot of the confusion comes. People are saying that only Xbox is going to get it, but the reason he's talking about Xbox is because he's being interviewed by the official Xbox Wired blog, by the people that run an Xbox-like news thing, or whatever you want to call it, a blog, alright? It's an official Xbox blog that's interviewing him, so they're talking about Xbox. So that does not mean that PlayStation 5 is not going to get it, guys. That obviously just means that he's talking to people from Xbox, you know what I mean? He's not going to be like, hey, Xbox people, we're also working on PlayStation. Now, the only bad thing I see about this whole situation is that Xbox One and PS4 won't get this update, and I do think eventually within the next 12 months, they'll probably stop updating those consoles at all, because I think the game's going to be so, advanced for that generation that they're not going to be able to keep updating it. But yeah, I feel bad for the PS4 and Xbox One homies that might not be getting to experience 120 FPS on Fortnite. But you never know. Who knows? It's Epic. They can, work their magic and figure out how to make those consoles run 120 FPS. But if it does happen, have noties on, and I'll be sure to let you guys know if I find out any more information about that. Alright, but now it's time to talk about the challenge that I told you guys about at the beginning of the video. If you guys do end up using my supported creator code, let me know in the comments, and I'm going to give one of you guys a $20 gift card. You guys can choose what you want. It could be a Google Play card, iTunes card, PSN card, Xbox card, Nintendo card, or PayPal. Those are going to be your options, alright? So let me know if you guys do end up using my code in the comments, and one of you guys will win that prize. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap this video up. If you guys found this video interesting in any way, please do me a favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.